match memorable by respecting the game. Thank you. The officials assigned to this match have been selected and assigned according to the procedure.
Hello and welcome to
adopted by the
Steel
Ohio
Valley
High School
Soccer.
Athletic
We are here
Association.
today at Canfield High School to welcome the West
Connor
Branch Warriors
Glasgow,
versus Canfield
Olivia
Cardinals.
Murphy, and in
Let's
the
listen
center,
in while the announcer
Jack
takes over.
Kinsey. Now let's meet the teams. First, the visiting West Branch Warriors. The reserves first. Freshman, number 7, Katie Schroeder. Freshman, number 14, Grace Bates. Freshman, number 33, Audrey Eaton. Sophomore, number 11, Hallie B. Burton. Sophomore, number 13, Sierra Evans. Junior, number 18, Eliza Hurst. Junior, number 22, Ashley Reinhardt. Junior, number 31, Presley Egley. Senior, number 16, Ava Stahl. And senior captain, number 29, Bree Thomas. And now the Lady Warrior starting lineup. Freshman, number 3, Haley Singer. Freshman, number 8, Ellie Tucker. Sophomore, number 2, Allie Brammer. Senior, number 12, Kennedy Berger. Senior, number 23, Mirabella Beckett. Senior, number 24, Maddie Klingensmith. Senior, number 26, Lauren Gossett. Senior, number 28, goalkeeper, Zoe Sanders. Senior captain, number 6, Samantha Honeyball. Senior captain, number 9, Sophia Gregory. And senior captain, number 21, Chloe Dennison. The Lady Warriors are coached by Cheryl Ficko and assisted by Zachary Dean and Molly Daly. And now your Canfield Lady Cardinals. Reserves first. Freshman, number 33, Kiera Fair. Freshman, number 17, Lily Klimas. Freshman, number 29, Gabriella Orr. Freshman, number 4, Sydney Rakers. Sophomore, number 24, Mia Dingman. Sophomore, number 6, Elise Kovach. Sophomore, number 9, Carlin McCormick. Junior, number 27, Rachel Lamb. Junior, number 13, Marissa Marino. Junior, number 12, Larissa Palazzi. Senior, number 26, Mallory Stilson. And now your starting lineup. Sophomore, number 2, Gloriana Janone. Sophomore, number 11, Gianna Marino. Sophomore, number 15, Hallie Taporser. Sophomore, number 19, Lexi Taporser. Junior, number 3, your goalkeeper tonight, Lolo Paget. Junior, number 23, Ava Harris. Junior, number 8, Lena Wahid. Senior, captain, number 25, Vivian Nora. Senior, captain, number 7, Natalia Santiago. Before tonight's match gets underway, to honor America, please stand, remove your hats, and join in the playing of our national anthem.
All right, Steel Valley Soccer. I'm Tim Walsh with Dan Conley. Dan, how you doing today?
I'm doing well. How about yourself?
Just great. This is one that we marked on our calendars when the season came out. These are the two probably most storied girls programs in the last several years. Two coaches that are probably the best at their craft in our area. This is going to be an exciting game. But West Branch has had a little downfall, haven't they, Dan?
Yeah, unfortunately, their Division II Player of the Year in the Youngstown District, Bree Thomas Torres. What is it again?
ACL and possible MCL, I believe, but she has not gotten an MRI. We are only speculating at this point, but she was Mrs. Soccer in the Youngstown area last year as a junior, so that's a huge blow to the Warrior team.
Yes, I mean, like you said, when the schedules came out, we saw this game. We were hoping our schedules were going to line up so we could come see it. Luckily, it did. And it's unfortunate for West Branch. They don't have all their tools in their bag today, but they still have a great team. West Branch is still great. It's still going to be a fantastic game.
Yeah, they still have a lot of talent on that team. One person doesn't make up any team. So this is a good one. This is one that I hope a lot of people are tuning into.
Yeah, and Bree Thomas, the earlier games we covered them, she had a hamstring injury earlier on, so she really wasn't playing at 100% anyway. So they've not saying they weren't playing without her, but they never really got her full go. So they kind of
correct. They probably didn't get 100% of her in a game yet this year. But on the other side of things, Ava Paris nursing a little bit of a hamstring as she plays through it here.
At this point in the year, it's almost like the dog days of the season where you have games. It seems like every other day. There isn't anybody out there that doesn't have a little bit of a knock here or there.
Yeah, on top of that, you have some illnesses going through. I know a lot of schools, last game we did last week, Springfield and Crestview, were dealing with some issues. Both teams, we didn't have to interview the coaches. We kind of know a lot about these two throughout the year. We've already done one Canfield game, two West Branch games. Both teams will be fighting to keep control and keep possession. It's a nice ball in.
This matchup here is such a matchup of different styles. I always say that West Branch is almost like cheese pizza, where they don't do anything crazy, nothing fancy. They play all high percentage balls right in front of them. Canfield, on the other hand, has triangles around the ball at all times, and they have runners going everywhere. Both systems are incredibly effective. So I can't wait to see what happens here.
Absolutely. That was a pretty good ball by Chloe Dennison. Sophia Gregory just didn't get a chance to look down and find it.
Definitely was not expecting that ball to come in.
No, but I don't think anyone was.
Yeah.
The defense either. Got Gossett, the speedster, up top. That's a great ball. That's a great one-time touch.
Over the past couple of games, I haven't been here to watch Canfield play, but just judging under results, I feel like they've gotten soft and slow starts a couple of times. They've let in an early goal, and they poured it on towards the end of the game. But slow start today is not going to work out very well.
I agree, and I think that happens sometimes when you know that you can put the ball in the back of the net, and you're not exactly worried about where's this offense going to come from. We have to take advantage of every opportunity. Sometimes you start a little bit slow, and you don't want to make mistakes, and you end up doing it. Great ball in. I think that combination of Taporsa and Wahib has been done many, many times. First cross in. This spells trouble. It's a great counterattack if she can get her left foot around on it. Couldn't quite get what she wanted on that shot. You kind of want to go back post because if you miss, you got a player there.
Right.
If you don't miss, you're celebrating.
One thing I noticed, Dennison, the last couple of times we saw him play, she was playing on the left wing. Goss was playing striker. Obviously, Dennison can play there, but I know she's got a very strong. She's a 2-footed player, and she can put a good whack with her left foot on the ball.
I think they might be trying to take advantage of a little bit of over-aggressiveness by Canfield's defense. They put her as the target player, and she's one-touched beautifully these last couple balls in. That's Vivian Nora to, I think that's Taporsa. Again, like I said last game, you could say Taporsa, and you're probably 40% right. I'm sure Coach wants a little more control out of that one. Anything in the air is going to be Sophia Gregory's ball. Dan, if you are Coach Ficco from West Branch, what would you try to do here in this first half?
I would play simple and try to limit my mistakes, but that's something you would do for every game.
Yes.
Definitely, the more possession you have, the less chance you have of Canfield putting one in on you. So I would try to control the game, keep offense, play possessive style, but also attack when they give it to you. The more you can keep the ball away from Macy Taporsa and Wahib up top, the better off it is. So possession, midfield, and then the other side, that's where I try to keep this ball. Which is easy for me to say.
I know my keys to the game for her, or for that side, would be try to get into corner kicks, try to get in the free kicks in your attacking third, give your team an aerial shot at the goal.
Yeah, that's a good point. I think that Canfield and West Branch are very close on every single category out there. I'd give Canfield a slight edge in over a lot of things, but they're very close. I think one spot that West Branch does have them beat is corner kicks and free kicks, to your point.
Yeah, in height.
Yeah.
Yeah, unfortunate free kick here for the Cardinals.
Dangerous spot. This is one of those ones where you want to lace it in, or it's like he really wanted to take that.
Yeah, smart decision by Gregory. First shot, not on target.
As we see that go over the goalie for West Branch's head, Zoe Sander. She recently, this past year, set the record for career shutouts in a career with 20, setting the new West Branch ladies record.
Yeah, I saw that, and she ended up being one of our players to watch. Coincidence? Possibly. Usually, if you're setting records, people are going to want to see you.
Right. And that's a combination. She's a great goalie. That also speaks a lot for the defense that's played in front of her all these years.
Very true. That's a combined stat there. One thing I have noticed already early, we are just 5 minutes into the game, a lot more talking than you typically hear on a girls' game, especially.
There's a lot of high-level academy and club players out here. Girls that are used to playing these types of high-intensity games like this. So this isn't anything new for a lot of them.
And I'll give Hannah Wahib a lot of credit there. A lot of times you hear people yelling for the ball, and you just fire it in that direction. She was able to be patient and try to look for that second option. I think with the amount of physical play that we're going to see here soon, once things start breaking down, I think we're going to have a PK on our hands sometime in this game. That's my prediction.
I think we've seen a lot of PKs this year. Is it just an influx of because we're noticing it more? I feel like we've seen a lot of them this year.
We have seen a lot of them, and a lot of them are just, just some hard play, some shoves here and there that sometimes might get on the regular field is 100% a foul, but in the box.
That's always something odd. Why is it a foul somewhere else but not in the box and vice versa?
I agree.
It's an unspoken rule that everyone understands, but you can't quite quantify it.
Mm-hmm. Speed here if she can get her left foot on it.
Yeah. If you're Canfield, this is the second time that West Branch has played a 1-2 with Gregory, and Gregory's laid it off to the left wing. And she's seemingly been unmarked both times. I know West Branch has noticed that. Canfield better figure that out, otherwise West Branch is going to capitalize one of those opportunities.
Yeah, and unfortunately for West Branch, like we said before, if you had Dennison, who's both feet strong, she could have possibly put a little better effort with her left foot on there.
This is one of the few times, anytime we've watched West Branch or Canfield play, both of their central midfield have always been so dominant over the other teams. They are extremely well matched this game here.
I have a feeling that this has started out a lot like the Howland West Branch game.
Right. Yeah, there's a lot of people in the stands today. I'm assuming that every media outlet in the area is also here, knowing the ramifications this game has.
Guaranteed YSN as they do a good job.
Right. Yeah, I think Canfield's ranked number 5 in state. West Branch is ranked number 15th in state.
Correct, but that was before. I think they send those in on Friday, so
Yes,
whatever happens Saturday doesn't get kind of put into the mix. That's Lexi Toporsa, number 19 on the side, and Macy Toporsa with the ball. That was closer than I thought it'd be.
It was a little ambitious, but I completely just kind of kept floating in there. Dipped a little bit.
Yeah, but if you put the ball in a dangerous situation, good things will happen, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
Was it Wayne Gretzky who said you miss 100% of the shots you don't take, or was that Michael Scott?
Depends on how old you are.
You can tell how much this game means to both of these teams. Really kind of.
They're playing tight.
Yes.
Of course, that was a good rocket on frame right there.
All right, Dan, I got a stat question for you.
Yeah.
She took that shot. Does that go? Obviously goes down as a shot on goal.
Mm-hmm.
But do I also mark it down for shots? Or are they two separate things?
Isn't that the same thing? Don't you circle one if it's on goal, line through if it's not on goal?
Dan, you are smarter than you look.
One of us is college educated.
All right, we're 10 minutes in, and Canfield with 3 shots. West Branch with 2. 2 on frame. Not real testers, but still on frame.
West Branch has had a player ready to come in for a while now. The ball has not gone out in their favor.
Right, you are, Dan.
This early sub, I highly doubt someone needs a break. It's probably something that Coach Ficco is looking to change, maybe putting some instruction in there to tell her team.
Or I also see that players get real nervous before games, and it's like a tense thing that they need to come out, catch their breath real quick, and they're able to go back in. Is that you known?
Yep. Did you have any sort of superstitions or routines before every game? You're playing?
I only had one when I was playing, and I remember I'd have my jersey off, and I put it in the corner of the 18-yard box nearest the fans. Okay. I don't know why exactly, but I would put it there. But coaching, when the national anthem was going off, I'd put 1 foot on the field and 1 foot off the field.
Yeah.
How about you?
For coaching-wise, I wouldn't change my attire that I coach, and obviously I'd change it throughout the... Let this go.
Yeah.
Now the sub will come in. No, but as I was a coach, I'd wear the same thing exactly to a T for every game that I coached that we didn't lose in.
Okay.
But so I changed up after every loss. Obviously, I would change my clothes in between the games or whatnot. But
yeah, okay.
As a player, I always wore wrist tape, and I'd always write a message on there as well. I'd say for somebody or for something. I'd give myself a quote.
That's good. I like that. A little extra motivation.
Yep. That's a mistake you don't see very often right there.
Mm-mm. And these two teams have met, I believe, the last 2 or 3 years in the playoffs as well. So they are well versed against each other.
Right. They split the season. They split the series last year. With West Branch housing Canfield in the regular season 4-1.
Yeah.
And Canfield returned to favor in the playoffs.
I feel like Canfield has been more methodical getting up the field, whereas West Branch is more dangerous with the ball. Like, things go up, people start screaming. It's
right.
High impact affair there.
2-on-1, but
Yeah, just a little too far inside. Well, the ball goes out. Let's talk about our sponsors. We have Baird Brothers, North Jackson Hydraulics, Packard Thomas, Bodine Perry, Allstate with Robert Fusco, Papa John's, Abaco Foundry, and Armstrong Cable. Did I hit them all?
you got them all.
Man, I tell you what, I'm getting better and better at that. Also, while we're waiting for the ball to get thrown in, what do you consider a winning season when there's ties involved? So if you play, I'll go with what I have first, just to kind of give you a baseline. Hold on one second. Okay. The baseline I have is if you play 16 games, you have to win more than 8 of them.
Okay.
Because that's more than half the games you play are wins. That's a winning season. You're above 500.
Right. And that's, you and I have a different opinion on that. As long as you have more wins than you have losses, I consider it to be a winning season. So you could have 6-5 and
So you could go.
five ties. As long as you have more wins than losses, or wins than ties, whatever it may be.
I was going to say
Whatever
you
your
can.
second category is.
You can go 2-1-13 and have a winning season.
Well, you were waiting for that answer, weren't you?
Yes, I was. And that was a heck of a run. That was a 50-yard run, maybe 60-yard run by Gossett.
Yeah. No, so you obviously got to have more wins than anything else on here, but
Okay. I'm just curious.
I can't think of any team that has a whole bunch of ties other than like the Fitch girls of
Oh God,
the
Coach
late
Spencer just
2010s.
decided to. Every game was a tie. Either they couldn't finish when they were up, or they were coming back at the end. Like, shout out to former coach Bill Spencer. Canfield looks very narrow. They don't have anybody outside the hash marks here on this side.
Which is not like them.
Correct. So either someone has been told to do that, or someone's messing up.
I also see that West Branch's left wing Gossett, she's dropping back and playing defense,
Yeah.
while her right wing and striker are just staying up top the entire time.
Correct. And she looks like she's a little bit gassed from that last 50, 60-yard run. I know I would be.
I'm tired of thinking about that.
Yeah, I think that's an unsung hero of the West Branch team is their defense. You hear Sam Konoval, she was our player of the game last time. But outside of that, you don't hear too much from them or about them. They just do their job.
That's because they don't give up any goals.
True.
And to their credit, they don't give up any goals. So not like, when you have people that score a bunch of goals for you, that's what all the talking points go to. Especially people who may not be as well versed of the game.
Yes.
They may only see the flashy things and not understand the other nuances that happen during the game.
Correct. Box scores rarely say how many shots on goal and how many shots.
Right.
Got to get a touch there. This is going to be dangerous for him. Oh, Wahib with a nice one, too, and continues. That's a tough shot to handle.
That is. She couldn't catch it. She did a great job of keeping in her wheelhouse. She didn't have to move too much. And Canfield didn't crash the net, but I guarantee they saw that she didn't catch it super clean. I wouldn't say she ever lost control of it.
No, but that's their sixth shot. Third on target.
It almost looked like Wahib had that turned into like the heel clicker thing where she went like bounce between her feet and
Yeah.
gave herself almost like a run on.
A little bit of a Ronaldinho look.
Yeah.
Throwing for the Cardinals. I feel like the pace of this game is making it feel like we're nonstop talking. It's 24 minutes left. It's going quick.
Right. I thought this game was going to be a little more physical than it currently is right now. Maybe like once a goal gets put in or the first foul happens, maybe it's going to unload one. But
Yes. But that's what you want to see. If you're the coaches, you're like, no. Let's lay off that physical play today. Let's all
Right.
try to outskill each other here. We got things to do after this. Unlucky for West Branch, falls right to Macy Toporser's left foot. She's got some speed.
yeah,
It's just a blonde blur at some point.
she's got long hair.
And that she does. But again, if is that Lexi Toporser here on the near side, if she can stay wider and start her run from basically the line, she'll have a lot more space.
That's got to be something tactically that Canfield's doing. I don't hear Coach Simone telling them to change anything out there.
No, he's not really a yeller. I mean, if Roy Schmidt was here, we'd hear him from 3 counties over. Shout out to Roy. Hopefully he's listening right now.
That's not fake either. Men's league games, everything like that. He's always, you know where he's at all times. I'll say that.
I remember meeting him for the first time when he was at Bud's place in Austintown, and I was a high school player, practicing for my club. And I heard him getting out of the car, going into the place, because they had the next game in men's league or something like that. Or maybe I was leaving and I heard him, but I heard him from the parking lot. Well, that's a good ball in.
What a great defensive effort right there. I can't see the number.
Great defensive effort and great dive by Zoe Sanders, the aforementioned record holder.
So Canfield's definitely had the better play in the past 10 minutes or so.
They are keeping most of the possession, if not majority of it.
Right.
But it all breaks down when you get here and you're only attacking with 4. If you notice, their holding mids are really holding or keeping back, and they're almost playing like a stop or sweep. They got Lena Wahib, who I guess is coming back from injury and or illness, way back.
That's definitely to counteract the speed of Dennison up there.
I think you're right. As both teams compete, this could be a milestone victory for Coach Simone. He is sitting right now at 399 wins as a head coach here at Canfield, both boys and girls.
That's an unbelievable stat.
The state record is 509. So he's 100. If he wins tonight, he'd be 109. Right now he's 110 from the state all-time record.
Longevity, consistency, tradition.
And he's just
support.
He's a friendly guy.
Right.
All right, here's our first corner kick.
There's a lot of things that got to go in for you to be able to coach a team. Your life has to allow it. Not wife.
Did
life.
you say your wife?
Life has to allow you to have.
I think
time
his
to do
wife likes soccer more than he does.
That's always a good thing.
I spoke to her last game. Did I go out for a corner? No, that's staying in. It's an odd ball.
Yeah, it was.
And you could hear that hit from up here. Like you say, the physicalness is going to start to ramp up when frustration kicks in.
Right.
Neither team scoring. Yeah, a lot of fans for both sides, in comparison to other games. Dan, you said something earlier that it's been kind of sticking in my head that Lexi Toporser, there she is on the ball, I believe, is so far inside, and none of the coaches on the Canfield side are telling her to move, so there's obviously something tactical that they saw and they want to see.
Right.
Because
I wonder if they're trying to do it to have their outside back and you push up and try to take that space up there, maybe?
So kind of make the run inside, bring that outside defender with you and allow that outside space. Yeah, but look at how far back their defender is. She's on the 50.
Yeah,
about to get the ball.
Maybe they respect their outside defenders a lot. They want to try to just attack the center backs. The world may never know.
Yeah, well, I have been a part of coaching staff, and something that isn't supposed to happen is happening, but it's working, so I just let it ride, see where it goes.
When you give someone a rover position, I should say.
Yeah. And there's that. You have to kind of run it down a little bit. Hate running those down, knowing there's no chance of you getting it.
I always hated when the goalie wouldn't pick it up. They'd stand there with the ball at their foot.
God. Yeah, that adds some tension to the game. Some of the Fitch teams you've played on and been around.
Yeah.
That didn't happen twice. And speaking of which, your team wasn't allowed to play Canfield because of such things like that.
In my career at Fitch, we never played Canfield, Poland, anybody local other than Boardman and Harding. Ursula and Mooney, too.
Yeah,
it's SVC. But, yeah, we
outside
never
of your
once did I ever
conference.
play Canfield. They were our rivals growing up.
Yeah, she got a little bit of the ball. Not enough for me to be happy if that was my kid. That's that. It's a little bit right there that could have made a difference.
Right.
Well, then we hear the coaching staff now, so they have voices.
Number 11.
Come on, Vaughn. Come on, ref.
12, Kennedy Berger.
Have you talked to Corey lately?
I can't. Not in the sense that he said that, but
So we have a former coach that helped with us that would change the way he said man into mon. And we would never let it go, if you can believe that.
only when he'd address a referee or something like that.
Come on, mon. Like, what? I had a chance before the game to go down and talk to Bree Thomas. She was in pretty good spirits. Seemed happy. Had the world's oldest crutches, but that might be considered a dangerous play. Well, they allowed it to go both ways. How funny that worked.
Yeah. Gregor's got such long legs.
Yeah, I remember Eric Braxton. We coached 2000, maybe 7.
Yeah.
He's 6'3", had great athletic ability, but you try to get around him, and great defender, having the longest legs in the world.
Weird, he turned out to be a striker later in life.
Yeah, I feel like that happens a lot. Players are just
goalies.
sick of their goalies and center defenders. Hate that. They want to be goal scorers. They want to be on the other side of things.
And then when strikers slow down and can't run anymore, they become center backs.
That's absolutely true. We got a little more weight to us. We can start swinging that around. 16 minutes left to go in the first half. 0-0. Just a lot of shots. Some on goal. Some corner kicks for Canfield. If we had to do, possession percentage, I'd say about 65.
That's the same exact percentage I was thinking in my head.
Yeah. Let's see what their huddle says later on. They got, although I don't see it out there today. The VO.
Yeah, I see one on the other side of the field.
Yeah, that's West Branches. Maybe they got huddle up here in the booth or something along those lines. Which I like the idea of having no cameraman, because you and I both know we miss some action.
Oh, yeah.
But sometimes that misses action too. It zooms in on the corner where like a ball boy just rolled a ball to another one.
Right. I feel Canfield's done a very good job of denying the ball to Dennison.
Mm-hmm.
Like she only touched, as I say it, she gets the ball right there, but
That was an odd pass to where if she hit it too short, it would have been perfect. She hit it a little bit harder, it would have been perfect.
speaking of that,
There it is, first goal.
and that was the first major mistake of the game made by a little bit of miscommunication from the center back from West Branch and Zoe Sander in net. And that's all it takes is just one. It feels like one little mistake never goes unpunished in a game of this magnitude.
You never want to see it. You never want to see one player get blamed for something. But the English that ball had to have to get back on in front of her was wild.
You're absolutely right.
Like, yeah, that was all hustle, goal, and skill. I'll give her some skill for having to control that, get it around the keeper. That's a tough play.
Sometimes it is luck of the bounce, too. Like you said, that thing hit the goalie, hit that, and just bounced around them perfectly. Right to Macy. But again, it seems like the better players, the ball always takes a bounce in the right direction for them because they're always in the right spot.
I'm sure a little bit of what Coach Ficco said, I know I would say, is, hey, ball or man, just get in her way. Don't let her do both. And it looks like they're trying to get a body on her, but they haven't been able to. She's a little bit wiry. Ever see The Replacements?
Yeah.
Off the post.
Canfield seems like they're feeling it right now. And West Branch is bailing water.
And the iron will be hot for the next 14 minutes. And as we said earlier, looks like they're using this side a lot more effectively.
Right.
Oh, that might be a studs up challenge. That might have been a little bit of a dangerous play.
I'm surprised Porcy didn't let that go out of bounds. Handball.
Unfortunate. I think that might be Sam Konoval that accidentally had that happen. Well, Zoe Sanders, all-world goalie right now. Let's see if she can get it done. Put in the worst position you can as a goalie.
Right.
Let's see if she's up to the task. I forgot to hit the air horn on the last goal, so we'll see if we do it again here in a second.
Did you just jinx that right there?
I'm trying to see if I do or not. Yeah, it's a daunting task just became that much more difficult.
Right.
I see a couple umbrellas out there. It must be misting.
Mr. Misty?
God, I haven't had one of those in a while.
Why did I think of that? No, that's one of those plays that people say, the ball played the hand, not the hand played the ball, but it did make a deflection of the ball. So anytime something like that happens, it's an automatic handball. Very unfortunate.
That's defending. It has to be the toughest job on the field.
Right.
Every mistake is magnified because of where you're at on the field. I mean, as a forward, I missed 1,000 shots.
Right.
Only a couple were really glaring.
Right. Defender, you make one mistake.
Oh, just wide.
That was one of those ones where I think Gregory tried putting that ball through the net instead of in the net.
Well, in warm-up, she was doing a wonderful job of getting it into the net. I was walking behind it, and one rifled past me.
It's funny. West Branch is that one time where we had a player break the net from hitting a volley in there back in the
Andrew
day.
Lessick, yeah.
What I was getting ready to say before Gregory had that great opportunity is if you're West Branch, you're in dangerous territory. Where Canfield just is feeling it, they're going to start pouring it on if you're not careful.
Corner kick, Canfield.
Not sure if this is their second or their third. All right, coach giving some instructions to his outside back, probably telling her she can move up a little bit. It's surprising that got through for how many people were right there.
That could have been one of those frustration fouls we were talking about earlier.
Yeah. I think it looked worse than it was.
Right.
But I think the fans' job to yell at the ref, they did it well.
Right. And it happened right in front of the ref at the same time.
I'm going to ask for 10, so we got to wait for that walk-off and the referee's whistle. That's something moving forward that I think that I would have changed if I was Coach Simone. I would have had someone shoot that one.
I was going to say that's something the makeup of this team is. I'm very surprised they didn't shoot that. I'm in the same boat. But that was still a good opportunity to put that ball played in did.
Yeah.
100% I would have shot that.
Yes. Put it in a dangerous area, let people flash in front of the goalie. Lots of instant decisions need to be made.
Yeah. Even if my coach told me to play that in, I'm still shooting it and sitting on the bench right after.
So you're going to Sean Spear it right into the back of the deck. Dan, the two of us have been around the game for a long time, huh?
Yeah.
I was just thinking about when did that happen? That was what, 2004, 2005,
2003, 2004.
2003.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And we were both involved in the game all the time growing up, and then as soon as we graduated, we started coaching immediately. So
That's true.
we never really lost touch with anything or anybody.
Yeah, and when my brother played in the early 90s, was able to see some very good players.
I ball boyed for like 5th grade through 8th grade growing up.
Yeah. They're getting a ton of space out here on the left. Ooh. Yeah, that's.
Free kick, Canfield.
I don't think there's much malice in that. It was just a
No.
awkward challenge. And we have 10 shots from Canfield and 3 from West Branch.
If you're West Branch, you're really missing Bree Thomas out there. Having that defensive mid, center back combo of her and Konoval, something coaches dream of.
Yeah, even her not at 100% was keeping pressure
Right.
off of this defensive line. There we are, Dan.
Yeah.
It's a good job of not fouling there. A lot of players might have fouled in that situation.
Yeah, the center backs of West Branch and the goalie, what a tough assignment. You have Macy Toporsing and Wahib coming at you at all times of the game.
And when it's not them, it's Vivian Nora and Ava Paris.
Right. Not counting the wings.
Yeah.
You got to respect their dribbling ability, their speed, and their passing ability.
A lot of people mad at the refs.
Yeah.
They were making the call, though. This is an odd combination of plays here. Can you get a deflection on goal? Is that a thing?
Deflection on goal like that. If that would have deflected off of Chloe going in,
Yeah.
that would have been a goal. That would not have been an own goal now.
Mm-mm.
Something else to think about in this game. Both teams have players that play in the offseason together a lot.
Yes.
Academy and club.
So they know each other very well.
Right.
This is like sister schools, basically. Yeah, that's what you got to do, though. You got to kind of out-physical them a little bit and make them make mistakes like that.
Dennison is being shadowed by 2 people at all times. I mean, she ran into space, ran back to get that, but she was making a run forward. She had 2 people refusing to let her go forward. Thought that may have been a handball right there.
Yeah. I don't
think
think
that was
that's
a
a
makeup.
foul either. Nope.
What?
They want a red card. She shot the ball and her
Carried into her
forward
momentum.
momentum carried into the forward momentum. The goalie making the play. I don't think it's a card, but it is a foul. He's probably going to talk to her and just be like, hey, just be a little more careful.
Yeah.
I think the ref has been handling everything thrown at him very well today.
Yeah, and Gregory's she's a bigger, stronger girl than anybody else out there. And what? Red card.
I think he meant yellow. Pretty sure he meant yellow.